Hey everyone, today on Classic Action Figures, we'll take a look at 3 figures from the Masters of the Universe Mega Construx series. The first one is Stratos, the heroic warrior who has the power of flight and energy projection. The card art features the Mega Construx logo on the top right corner, followed below by the Masters of the Universe logo. On the left side, we see a cool picture of the actual toy. On the bottom, we see that this figure is part of the Series 5 line of minifigures. And finally, in the center, we see a nice look of the character. The back of the card has a bunch of copyright and legal information, but we do see the rest of the figures on the line. Out of the package, we can see that the figure comes with a nice stand that you do have to build out of 3 pieces. There is also a green staff that you build for the minifigure. This version of Stratos has a blue chest plate and a blue rocket pack, and he sports red wings on his arms. There is another version that should be available right now, which has a red chest plate with a red rocket combo, but with the blue wings. Let's take a look at the emerald staff of Avian first. This is a pretty cool and simple build of the staff. As seen in the mini-comic titled Siege of Avian, we learn that this staff is what gives Stratos and his people the ability to fly. The actual figure has a remarkable likeness to the character, and I think they did a great job with the details on his head, the feathery arms, the wings, and the overall look of the character. The actual chest plate with the rocket pack, the red wings, and the red belt are all removable. As a matter of fact, the whole figure can be taken apart. As far as articulation is concerned, all of the figures I'll show today have the same articulation. The head can rotate. He can also look down and up, and also he can tilt his head from side to side. His arms can rotate at the shoulder, and they can also extend out. He can bend at the elbows a little bit, and he can also swivel at the elbows. And he can also rotate his hands. He can twist at the waist, although on this figure it's a bit hindered by the harness. He can kick his legs forward quite a bit, and he can also bend at the knees. And he can also move his legs back a little bit too. Overall, he's a really cool character with fantastic articulation and really fine details. Now let's take a look at Evil Lyn. And here's a look at the card. Again, it features the same layout as the one for Stratos, but this figure was part of Series 4, and it features the yellow or classic version of the character. There is also a 2000X type figure that should be available right now. The back of the card has the other figures that are available in this series. The figure comes with a buildable stand, and her only accessory is her silver staff with a blue orb. The staff is made of 2 silver components and the blue orb at the top, and I think it looks quite good. I really like the sculpt and paint details on this figure. I think they did a great job with her face, and also with the chest piece. However, I do think they could have done a better job with the boot and the leg piece. Since the piece was done in blue, when they applied the yellow paint, you can clearly see that it doesn't quite match the rest of the body, and I think it looks a little bit sloppy. The articulation on these small figures is great considering the small size of the figure. Another cool detail is that the armbands on the figure are removable, but considering their small size, I wouldn't do that since they could be easily lost. Overall, this is another great figure in the lineup, and she's a great match to the previously released version of Teela. Finally, we have Scareglow, and here's a look at his card. The card art features a great look at this nefarious villain. And as noted in the card, the figure glows in the dark. We'll take a look at that feature later on. This figure is part of the Series 5 line of figures, and the back of the card shows us the rest of the figures available in this line. Now this figure is fantastic and quite easily the best of these three. He has a translucent body with black accents denoting his body features. The figure also comes with a buildable stand and this lime green staff with a blade, which I believe is a Bardici or a Naginata. He also comes with a purple cloak that is made out of plastic and is easily removed if you choose to do so. Here's a look at the figure without the cloak. He really is an outstanding minifigure. And the best feature is the glow-in-the-dark ability. It does help to have him exposed to a bright lamp for a few seconds. As you can see, the feature works remarkably well. Anyway, here's a final look at all three minifigures. They do look awesome together and are a great addition to the roster. One thing that I did notice is that the figures are considerably taller than the Lego figures. Here's how Scareglow stacks up against this Lego Spider-Man figure. He's about a half an inch taller and certainly has better articulation. Also, here's an old Snake Eyes Creo figure and he's about the same size as the Spider-Man figure. Unfortunately, I never saw any of these figures in stores, so I had to buy them through eBay at nearly double the price. Now the good thing is that the new series of Masters of the Universe minifigures are being sold as a set online. So that is pretty much it for this look at the Mega Construx minifigures of Stratos, Evelyn, and Scareglow. I hope you guys enjoyed this review and stick around for more toy reviews on classic action figures.